You know this.
I forgot it is Halloween today.
That's because you dress up. You're not.
No, you're right. I was dating a girl one time, and she wanted to go do the Halloween thing. It was never me.
Surprise! You love Halloween too. You like scary movies and all that.
I like going with friends to like the Universal Studios Halloween and knots and stuff like that. It's fun, but the whole dressing up thing is not really, I'm not like social like that. Mm-hmm. Although me and new girlfriend were supposed to go do something.
You didn't do anything this weekend, Halloweeny at all?
Well, we took her daughters to this experience that they had over in like Woodland Hills or Encino area.
Yeah.
Kind of like an experimental type situation. It was for little kids.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was cute. One of her daughters dressed up as Catwoman, and the other one dressed up as, I don't know, but it was a scary outfit. It was cool. It was a cool outfit. It was scary though. And it was cool. It was cool. The girlfriend's been not feeling too well, so it's kind of put a damper on some things.
Feel better?
Yeah, I hope. Well, last night was horrible. Poor thing. It was just from walking around at that thing last night. She wasn't feeling too well.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, hopefully get it done, get it taken care of. Here's a young lady who says these are red flags that all men notice in women, which I for a long time felt women were beating up on men, but then for some reason I start seeing this defense from women of men now, and I'm starting to see more and more of it online, which I've always appreciated, because we can't defend ourselves from women because it looks like we will end up bullying women, and it takes a woman to defend a man from another woman, or at least from narratives being created, So here's this chick breaks down 4 red flags that all men notice in women.
Non-reciprocal energy. You hear a lot of women in the dating market saying when the right man comes along, you will not have to try. And although it's true that you won't have to try too hard, there's a difference between not trying too hard and not trying at all. You don't have to be thirsty. You don't have to be pursuing a woman that they feel is not giving them the same kind of energy in return.
I've done that, and then I've had to become a better steward of recognizing that she's just not into you. Like when a woman is into you, or when anybody's into anybody, it'll be known right away. Like you just you have to beat them off with a stick.
Number 2, unrealistic financial expectations. Somewhere in the modern dating market, we have communicated to women that it is totally acceptable to expect a man to pay for their hair or their nails for a first date, or to even go as far as to ask a man they barely even know to help them with their bills. Feeling entitled to lavish treatment or financial assistance from a man that you barely even know that's still trying to get to know you is an extremely unrealistic expectation. And social media has done a really bad job of making modern women think that behavior is normal. Let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man who's financially solid, but no man wants to feel like they're your walking ATM.
Yeah, I felt like that. And then some I've also felt some people I've dated they like the attention.
The only time I've ever asked a man to front me for those things is if they have a problem with the way I'm already doing it.
What do you mean?
Like if you make a comment and you say like, oh, you didn't get your nails done. Nope. But if you'd like to get them done, cheers to you. If not, this is how they're going to look for the next X amount of weeks until I can afford to get them done again.
Would you do them the way they wanted you to get them done? Like, oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Men really like French tips. What's the thing? What's the deal, guys?
It's
what's up with the French tips?
It's clean. It's sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's
also
all
don't
men.
think they know how much those things cost.
The French tips?
So the fake nails, the French tips, all that is extra.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so it's not like, a manicure, maybe you can get off with maybe $20, $25 for a manicure, buff, paint, polish your own natural nails. But if you start adding those extra nails and then you want French tip, you can walk out of there paying $60, $70 just for a full set of nails.
You get your nails done?
No, and I'll tell you, I used to, but if
you did?
I used to, but being a mom, I don't have the time, and I wash a lot of dishes. I'm very around the house.
Yeah.
So boyfriend, when I do get my nails done, he notices it, and he's like, "Oh, do you want me to get it done for you? Like, I'll pay." And I'm like, "Why? It's a waste of money." Because my toes, pedicures are what I really like. Hands, no, because I do a lot of cleaning. I wash my own car. I fix stuff around the house. It's just a waste of money.
Well, how much is the pedicure, manicure running around about that?
I mean, $100. Yeah. Anywhere from $100, $120 you could easily pay for a full set and a nice pedicure.
Well, I heard somebody was like, it cost $350.
She was like, get foot fungus.
Foot fungus.
right.
Some girl was talking about, if you send me $350 to get my nails. I thought that was expensive.
You start looking at some of the nails that are getting done now. I mean, where like each individual nail has its own little pizzazz on it. Yeah, women are paying $150, $200 to get their nails done. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I like to get my pedicure, just the basic, is $75. But because they're clean and they use organic nail polish, if I wanted to add callus remover, like you have to add on all this stuff, it can be well over $100, like maybe $150 depending. But basic is $75.
Okay, so
your feet soft, men like soft feet.
Yeah.
So if you start telling me that these are the things that you want, and my budget doesn't afford for me to, if this is what you need and you want, then by all means, please front me the money for it.
That's fair.
But for me to just be like,
I'm doing it for you, and like, who are you?
Right,
for me to be doing this for?
Right.
But that's fair. That's fair. This is what I was talking about earlier. Like, if you want to look pretty and I can help contribute to that, you know what I'm saying? We're seeing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind doing that. I'm not doing it off the bat, but you know what I'm saying? Because I need to know that you're not using me just to get things done.
Yeah. So I have a pair of shoes right now that my husband absolutely hates. He hates them. He hates when I wear them. They're just like slides that I wear around the house. But every so often I'll forget and I'll be outside in them. I'll be like in public places. So he'll look down. He'll be like, Shantae. And I'm like, dang, man, I just walked out the house in these because they're
comfortable, right?
They're so comfortable. And he's like, please. And then the other day he came home and I had to let him in a gate. And he just looked down and he just said, Shantae, you just look dusty.
You know what? And I appreciate when guys do that because, like, when you're talking about the shoes, my thing is socks with flip-flops. Yeah. And boyfriend hates that. He says, why are you going out with socks with flip-flops?
You're not supposed to wear socks with it, but I understand it's, like, quick to get.
But he immediately was like, we're going to the store and we're getting you some new shoes. I said, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, but are you going to?
I'm not going to buy them. Not right now because I don't need them.
Are you going to get rid of your slides?
Absolutely. I'll check them.
Well, there comes a point where it becomes more about comfort than style.
No,
there's an age point.
He hates them so much. He hates them so much. I was like, but he's going to give me another comfortable pair.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's not like he's like going to put me in a pair of stilettos. He's like, please, just get another. You need a new pair of those. I'm like, okay.
All right. Let's see. Here's number 3.
Number 3, immaturity and uncontrolled emotions. Immaturity, uncontrolled emotions, acting crazy, all of that has been rebranded recently as being toxic. And there are a lot of social media channels out there that actually glamorize being toxic and encourage women to engage in this kind of behavior. When good men get a sense of that behavior, you lashing out, blocking their number, cursing them out, they either just stop taking you seriously from that point forward or they don't tolerate it altogether. Yeah. Because you're coming across to him more so like a child who's throwing a temper tantrum than you are a woman who wants to be taken seriously as an adult. Yeah. Number 4, probably the most controversial one of all, being too masculine. A lot of women will shy away from being feminine now because of the negative connotation that's whether you like it or not, the reality is that men like feminine women. Now, this is the part in the story where a lot of women will say, well, it takes the right man to bring out that feminine energy. Although I do think that there are some points of that are true, overall, I don't really agree with that. I think that as a woman, you either embrace your feminine energy and you walk in that, or you just haven't tapped into it. There are so many women in the modern dating market who have hardened themselves to steal because of the negative experiences that they've had with men. Blocking your feminine energy is often a defense mechanism for a lot of women so that they don't get hurt in the future. But don't let the experiences of the past turn you bitter.
I do believe that if a woman is acting feminine, that it is a man's job to understand that and protect that, and not berate or knock them down on that. Like, you have to recognize if you are being this way around me, to protect that. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that energy feels so good. There's something beautiful about a woman being very feminine.
But I find that if I cry or show emotion, there are men that don't like that.
Oh, yeah.
There are men that are like, so then that's when you get the harder side of me.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't let me cry and be the natural thing that, naturally, I want to break down and cry right now. I'm telling you that you've hurt my feelings, and being that feminine thing, if you don't acknowledge it and you don't treat it with empathy and allow me to have that, I don't feel safe, then you get that harder side of me where I'm like, all right, well, all right, cool. We'll do this your way. And then I start to mirror behavior.
Yeah.
Ooh, mirror behavior.
I do. I'm a firm believer in mirroring other people's behavior, because sometimes people do not recognize how they are treating you until you treat them that way.
I agree.
And then they can't handle it. And I'm like, oh, but you just did this to me yesterday. Oh, so it's not okay then. Okay, so now let's revisit this conversation that you told me to get over it.
I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about myself when I start seeing it in other people, and I'm like, ooh.
That's what that feels like.
That's how I'm coming on.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God. And it's like it's something I try to have empathy and try not to do, because I'm like, God will show you yourself and other people. And it's like, ooh.
I agree. I learned about myself that way too. I do what you do. I definitely would mirror a guy.
Really?
Definitely. I had a boyfriend that was there. I would cry and he'd say, toughen up. But I remember he was going through something and I didn't show any empathy. And it was an eye-opener for him. But also, I've been that person too, where I'm just like, oh, you're just being a wuss. And when it comes back to me, and I realized, wow, I wasn't cool in that moment. So learning experience.
I think it's just for me, as I've gotten older, I've tried to refine myself and try to constantly keep growing and understand this. And then also, I think this woman a lot of red flags that she's broken down that I've dealt with, and it's just like, okay, if I see you acting immature and all this stuff, I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with it. Not that I'm wishing anything bad or hate you or anything like that. It's not conducive to me.
But is it immaturity or is it emotion? I think there's a fine line between that.
There is, but I think that at some point you learn how to get your emotions in check. Like, I'm not going to knock you or hate on you because you're crying or anything like that. I'm going to try to comfort and soothe and try to be a source of energy in a moment where you're feeling horrible, to try to get you out of this spot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to be. When I was younger, though, I think I would have been like, come on, stop crying, get over it, move past it, because that's something that I would have done. And having empathy for someone else who is dealing with something not the way that you would deal with it is, I think, a sign of maturity and growth from my part. Because it's like everybody deals with things differently. If you're crying, the worst thing you can do is tell your mate to get over it.
And I want to say that there's a lot of people out there that are very sensitive. I am definitely one of them, and I honestly can say, like, I would say my mom and my daughter. And sometimes my boyfriend, like, I don't really go to him like that because he's got his own problems. But when we're talking about, like, friends, it's hard for them to hear the cries. And so that's why, like, I don't want to go to them, because I feel like I'm the one where you can come to me and cry, and I'm going to be sympathetic, and I'm going to work it out with you. But sometimes it's hard with, some of your own friends when they hear you cry. It's like they just don't even want to be bothered.
Well,
it's really weird. Maybe it's uncomfortable for them. I don't know.
Well, they probably don't know what to say, or they just don't want that type of energy. Some people just don't want to live in that space with you at all.
I recently had that happen to one of my family members. One of my family members was like, Shantae, you're just too much. And I was like, since when? And I was like, oh, okay. All right. But, listen, you're not my person then. You're not my people. Because the people who I'm able to really confide in and really, can go to and say, these are the things that I have. Now, listen, I'm an actor. I tell very exciting stories. It could have been the smallest thing at work, but when I retell that story, it's going to be like it was the most major thing that ever happened. And so I think sometimes with this family member, she thinks that like my life is really heightened and dramatic. But no, I just tell exciting stories.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just how I am. You know, so I'm just like, oh, you think I'm just like out here kicking butt and taking names out in the streets all the time? I was like, it's not like that. I'm just animated. Yeah. You know, so for her, my animation
too much
was a lot.
You know, but I mean, she's your family. She should know you by now. At some
you
point,
would think. She's my older cousin. She saw me come up in the world. Yeah. You know, but I'm all good with people when they can use me to perform.
Yeah.
And then I'm not so much.
All right, more of this conversation when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where truth prevails. The tricky station is down the dial. Roll out.
The all-new Gardena Nissan is proud to be a partner of KBLA, and right now during their fall sales event, Zero Down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. They're located conveniently on Redondo Beach Boulevard at Western, and they specialize in helping folks bad credit, bankruptcies, or repos. The folks at Gardena Nissan will take fantastic care of you and help you get into the car you need and deserve at a spectacular price. Visit them today or shop online at GardinaNissan.com. The all-new Gardena Nissan is proud to be a partner of KBLA, and right now during their fall sales event, Zero Down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. For the best deals, log on to GardinaNissan.com. Zero Down on approved credit. GardinaNissan.com.
Roll out.
Ride the K, Metro's newest rail line. 7 shiny new K-Line stations connect you to the E-Line, West Adams, the Crenshaw District, Baldwin Hills, Leimert Park, Inglewood, Westchester, and more. Learn more about the new K-Line and all the places you can go at metro.net/K-Line. KBLA Talk 1580 is the official station of the K-Line.
Where can you holiday shop for anything you want, any way you want? Lowe's, actually. From the top tools to the top tech, find deals from all the top brands. Like a Craftsman 20-volt 2-tool combo kit. Was $149, now only $99. Then save time with more convenient ways to shop. Check back daily for deals during Black Friday month. Start saving now at Lowe's. Home to any possibility. Offer valid.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for Progressive Talk Radio. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
So the world has canceled Kanye West. Have we gone too far now trying to cancel Kyrie Irving? Kyrie Irving tweeted and he actually took the tweet down from what I understood. He tweeted a Amazon Prime movie. So he was searching for movies on Amazon Prime, which I want to watch the movie now. Although I didn't know if I wanted to pay $11.99 to rent the movie, but I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll pay the money.
Oh.
The movie's called From Negroes to Hebrews, or Hebrews from Negroes. No, From Hebrews to Negroes, or Negroes to Hebrews, something like that. Mm-hmm. And so Kyrie tweeted it out, and then the owner of the Nets was like, hey, it's a very anti-Semitic movie with a whole bunch of other stuff, and I don't even know. And they wanted to make it seem like he had some stake in the film, and it was just like,
it's just a film. I Googled it. It happened.
Did you see the press conference?
Man, he spoke.
Oh, my God.
I mean, when I tell you he shut people down, He spoke so eloquently, like, why are we even still talking about this?
I had a newfound respect for Kyrie Irving after this whole situation.
I did too. I was like, wow, you can't.
And it's a title given to Christ, Philippians 2:11. And my name translates in the Hebrew language as Yahweh. Mm-hmm. So I went on to Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh. That came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash.
Yeah, it's like he's like, you don't have to agree with everything that's in a movie just to like, hey, you know what, I thought this was interesting.
I take so much issue with the fact, okay, finish because I have so much to say about
what
this.
People call it. We're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions, and my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether you want to dismiss it or not. So who are the original chosen people of God? And we go into these religious conversations, and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me. I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races: white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they can push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. And what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done. Or I'm
in the conversation.
But no, because they keep it going on. But
I know, but that should have been enough.
But you know what's so funny though is that what's happening to Kanye, or what Kanye was saying, it's like there's this blind thing where this blind. I got to shut this down because without even having any type of intellectual conversation about what it is, what's wrong, what you find offensive about it. You know what I'm saying? Am I not allowed to have a different point of view than you? Maybe we can disagree. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I hate you. Doesn't mean I'm hostile to Jewish people because I tweeted a movie out or I want to wish death onto Jewish people. You know, it's a weird situation, and some of this is what Kanye was talking about.
So there are flawed people in every race, religion, culture, creed. Are there not flawed people in the Jewish religion?
Yeah.
Are there not conversations for? Are they the people that are unflawed and we can't discuss and we can't say, yo, I don't agree with this, that, and the third?
It's just.
Are they above reproach? I guess is. Did
you see this person? You did Kyrie Irving?
I did.
I mean, just listen how they keep pressing him. And we'll get Q. I see your phone. We'll get you in a second.
All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism obviously wasn't meant for them.
And you put the mic down like what?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah?
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote anything.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I can talk about the game and go home to my son Elohim and my wife Marlene, okay?
Am I to take it that this was, what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it or either watch it or...
No, so you did watch it.
Read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the people.
You know, it's hard to hear him talking, but this gives me a whole different perspective on the whole COVID. Because I was upset at him for not getting the whole COVID shot just to go play in the freaking game. You know what I'm saying? Like he felt like he was letting his teammates down, but okay.
I guess understand or not understand those that might imply that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it. But I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so
we're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I'm no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of you. Why not? Everybody posts everything else. You saw the word nigger going up on Twitter, right? I don't hear an uproar on that.
That part.
I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people? So out of all the judgment that people got from me posting, I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here.
Yeah, that right there hit me off. All right, Q, we're going to get to you when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. A former Michigan police officer is going to stand trial for the death of a black man during a traffic stop. Chris Schur is charged with the second-degree murder for the death of Patrick Leoya in Grand Rapids. The leaders of a controversial Texas activist group are locked up. Catherine Engelbrecht and Greg Phillips run True the Vote, which claims that hacking led to fraud in the 2020 election. They're now being held in contempt of court for refusing to release the name of a person they say is a confidential FBI informant. Instagram says it's working to fix a problem causing users to get locked out of their accounts. More than 7,500 problem reports were submitted at the peak of the outage this morning. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your source for 24/7 News, the Black News.com.
On the 710 southbound in Vernon, that's just before Atlantic, a crash has been cleared from lanes. Your drive is recovering, but still pretty slow from the 60. And good news on the 210 eastbound in Azusa. That's at Azusa Avenue. A crash there has been moved out of lanes. Your drive is slow, but recovering from about Sierra Madre Villa Avenue. And you'll see some stop-and-go traffic on the 101 heading southbound through Hollywood. Approaching Hollywood Boulevard, that drive stays busy until you get to about the 10.
Finding the right Medicare plan was no easy feat until I found Walgreens FindRx coverage. Compare plans online, over the phone, or in person, and find plans with low-cost copays. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Start shopping today at walgreens.com/Medicare.
Dell Technologies Black Friday event starts early with up to 48% off business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors, plus savings on accessories and free shipping. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Pac-12 Conference has 3 teams in the top 10 of this week's AP College Football rankings. USC moved up to number 9. UCLA moved up to number 1. In the conference, ranked 8th in the nation. The top 5, Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, Michigan, and Clemson. Undefeated Jackson State is 5th in the nation in this week's Division I AA poll. Jackson State is 8-0, 5-0 in the SWAC. The Clippers will try to snap a 4-game losing streak tonight at home against Houston. Kawhi Leonard will sit out tonight to rest his sore right knee. Leonard has missed the Clippers' last 4 games. Game 3 of the World Series is tonight. Houston and Philadelphia. The series is tied at 1 game apiece. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
If you're the victim of a car accident, call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
Call on me, your MVP. They're playing basketball.
Hi, I'm Ray Richardson. The NBA is back, and everybody is talking about what to expect this year. Here's the logo, Laker legend Jerry West on KBLA Talk 1580, talking about LA Clippers superstar Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, my gosh. He's a stud, man. He's real is pretty interesting because he is so dedicated. He'll go out there for an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours, and he does the same thing almost every day. He does not play in the off season. He just works on his game. He's a powerful kid who happens to be one of the league's best defensive players. Offensively, he can really shoot the ball. And when he first came into the league, that's something he couldn't do, but he might be the best two-way player in basketball.
Don't miss the KBLA Sports Minute weekdays and Out of Bounds weekends only on KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about.
We fly, no lie, you know this.
Ride to K, Metro's newest rail line. 7 shiny new K-Line stations connect you to the E-Line, West Adams, the Crenshaw District, Baldwin Hills, Leimert Park, Inglewood, Westchester, and more. Learn more about the new K-Line and all the places you can go at metro.net/K-Line. KBLA Talk 1580 is the official station of the K-Line.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Maisha Cairo here with Dom Kennedy at JP Morgan Chase's Advancing Black Wealth Tour. They're here to promote generational wealth building in Black communities. He's an independent rapper and the owner of OPM record label. Dom Kennedy, why do you find it important to be here today at this event?
Having a lot of conversations with them, and been giving me a lot of good facts and a lot of good feedback that I felt like needed to be shared, and if people heard it, take to the information, and it would help them on their quest to be homeowners and just better off financially across the board. They like my perspective, and being an artist and somebody that people knew that was born and raised in LA, people older and like bank managers could kind of be a little intimidating, I guess, to everyday people, especially that has never purchased a home. So just the angle of me being able to communicate it and make the story real, I guess for the younger people was a great opportunity, and I didn't want to pass them.
That's awesome. So answer me this: why is it important for companies like Chase to promote generational wealth in Black and brown communities?
Keep it real, they make a lot of money off the Black and brown communities. I look at it like it's a great responsibility for them to take on, to want to share some knowledge and some facts and try to put more people in homes, and give them a shot at and a chance at generational wealth. I think it's beneficial to both parties,
I'm Maisha Cairo, and that was Dom Kennedy. Stay tuned for more tips from Chase's Advancing Black Wealth Tour.
Power to the people.
If Black Lives Matter, make black votes count. Vote by November 8th. Long lines, voter roll purges, voter intimidation, felony disenfranchisement, polling place closures, early voting limitations, partisan redistricting, partisan Supreme Court rulings, invalidation of the Voting Rights Act. Vote on or by November 8th. If Black Lives Matter, make black votes count. Tamir Rice, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Heather Heyer, Emmett Till, Medgar Evers, Jimmy Lee Jackson, Fred Hampton, Werner Goodman and Cheney, Viola Louisu, Fannie Lou Hamer, John Lewis. They rest in power. Make their memory and power when you vote on or by November 8th. If you believe Black Lives Matter, then make black votes count.
Paid for by the African American Voter Registration, Education, and Participation Project. Less BS per broadcast. Fewer microaggressions per megawatt. KBLA Talk 1580.
We talked about Kyrie Irving and this amazing press conference that we saw over a tweet that he tweeted out, which is very weird that we're in a place where, and I guess we're in a new technological revolution where people's thoughts are becoming more public through these apparatus, these apps. He tweeted a movie, I think, from Hebrews to Negroes that he said he watched, and didn't say anything else other than just tweeted the link. Check it out. I don't even think he said check it out. He just tweeted it. And then all of a sudden, the president of the Nets is like, or the owner of the Nets is like, oh, I got to sit down and talk to you. I disagree. This is anti-Semitic. I'm like, oh God. Anti-Semitic is just it's a very weird word.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you want to kill the Jewish people, but it's just hostility towards the Jews, which is like hostility. Black people, we need to come up with a word like that. Anti-black or something.
We don't already.
Anti-blemetic. That's what we need. You're being anti-blemetic.
But then nothing that we produced would ever come out either. Because it'd be like if I were to be like, oh, straight out of Compton.
No,
that's anti-blemetic.
That's anti-blemetic.
Anti-blemetic.
Let's go to Q in LA. What's going on, Q?
Hello, my brother. Good evening to you and the beautiful sister.
Yes.
Yes. Brother, I think the world has been miseducated on this anti-Semitic. Who are the real Semitic people? If all history and biblically, it tells us that Semitic people are dark-skinned people. Arabs, Ethiopians, they're dark people. So how can a black person be anti-Semitic? How can a black person be against himself? These European Jews that became Jews by conversion into the religion of Judaism, they have taken they've stolen our heritage. And the reason why they keep spreading this for rumors about people who uses the word is because it's revealing who they truly are, that they have no relation, they are not Hebrews. They became Jews by conversion. But if there's enough time, I can tell you the whole history, how they came back from the Kaiser Empire until they became who they are today. And so every time you speak something, the truth about them, then they get upset because the truth hurts.
Well, I understand why the Jewish people would get upset by any type of criticism, because the last time they were criticized, there was a Holocaust. So I think you definitely need to take that and put that into consideration, that if you, and listen, it's why black people we constantly talk about slavery so much, is because it's a piece of trauma that we're carrying along, especially black Americans, that's kind of hanging over our head. And so the same thing, I think you got to put that in context with the Jewish people going back into Nazi Germany, which is a little bit more recent than slavery, but not.
It has no relation. Rather, it has no relation to black slavery and what they claim to be outside.
What I'm saying is that when you start criticizing them, there is I think a level of trauma that the Jewish people have from the Holocaust. These people have been destroyed and enslaved, throughout time. And you're right. And I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying that there's a level of trauma there that they're like. It's like when black people feel like it's like with us with racism. What I'm saying? We start moving. Somebody starts moving towards us in a certain way. We automatically feel like it's racist. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like when you criticize them, it's almost kind of like, or you say something that's contrary to different than what they believe. They feel like you're being anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? And we need to find a way to be able to have conversations with each other. And
my point is that they are not Semitic people. They are not Hebrews. They are not Ethiopians. They are not Palestinians. They are not Arabs. Arabs are Semitic people. If you look, once you get a chance, look in the dictionary and find who the Semitic people are. There's nothing mentioned about Jews. Not at all. None.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know where the Jewish history, even how we got to the modern day Jews of today.
Read. You can Google the Kaiser Empire.
The Kaiser Empire. I think you've called before, Q, haven't you? I think you remember you telling me about that book before, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I remember you.
Read the Kaiser Empire, and when you read the Kaiser Empire and the fall of the Kaiser Empire, it will tell you the story about how they came to be. They were in the Kaiser Empire until Genghis Khan conquered the Kaiser Empire. So that's why they started around. Yes, sir.
So who do you think the real Hebrews are?
The real Hebrews are the black Israelites.
The black Israelites? You mean the black Israelites that are here in America?
Yes. Oh. And other parts of Africa.
Yeah.
Those are Semitic people. Those are the Hebrews.
The Hebrews.
But this Ashkenazi Jews or Khazarian Jews, they are not Hebrews.
Yeah.
They only converted into Judaism when the Catholic Church sought their alliance and they refused, and then the Mohammedans also sought their alliance and refused. They were a rich empire. So when Genghis Khan conquered them, they spread all over. They spread over.
So are you saying they came from Europe or East Asia and then they moved down into the Middle East?
They brought in the middle of the Kazakh Empire. It's about maybe about 800 miles northeast of where Israel is today.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, because I've always wondered how, like, and not that I'm hating or anything like that, but I always wondered how the Jewish people of that, because a lot of people in that region are brown. And how the Jewish people are kind of a whiter skin, not all of them, but I always wondered about that and how that actually came to be. But there was a lot of conquering going on and a lot of movement going on, either from Europe, the Romans came down there, the Greeks came down there, the Egypts went up. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of movement going on in there.
Yeah, there has been. But just the fact, what's annoying is that when a black person speaks about the ongoing activities, and then you call the black person anti-Semitic. How can a black person who is a Semite be anti-Semitic?
Well, I think this is what Kanye was trying to say, but he wasn't very articulate. Yeah. And when he wasn't articulate with it, he leads himself up to criticism and. Now he's no longer a billionaire. Hey, Q, I appreciate it. We got to run. Let's go to Fahima real quick. I'm gonna check out the Kazi Empire. Q, I appreciate that. I think I looked it up last time. Yes.
How are you, Don? How are you?
Great.
Thanks to sister, and welcome back to the other sister.
Hi.
Okay, what I'd like to do, I emailed you the definition of I can open it up and read it, please.
Let's see, Semites are a group of Near Eastern and African people descended from Shem, called the father of the Semites. Shem was a son of Noah. He had 7 other members of his family entered the ark, escaped the flood, and lived to repopulate the earth. Though Shem passed the line of descent on to the Messiah, Jesus Christ, Shem's great-grandson, Eber, was the father of those who were eventually called Hebrews, including Abraham. Abraham was the founder of the Hebrews, right? Oh, you're cutting in and out.
Okay, but
look, they're being anti-Blemitic right now by not allowing for him to talk on the phone.
I'm not being anti-Semitic.
No, I didn't say you. I said the phone company's being anti-Blemitic.
That is correct. The people that are Semitic people are people from North Africa. And that region of the world, just as the brother mentioned, Arab. Okay, Ham, Shem, and Japheth are the 3 descendants of the Semitic people.
You know what's interesting though? Some people, like some of the North Africans, don't really consider themselves Africans. They feel themselves more Arab.
Don, you're conflating race and ethnicity, okay? They're distinct. We're talking about what a Semitic person is. They are descendants of Abraham. Black people in America and the Caribbean and Latin America, their descendants are from Africa. And if you are from Africa, you are a Semitic person. Now, Jewish brothers and sisters, many, as the brother said, converted to Judaism in an effort to escape many of the wars that went on in ancient times.
Yeah.
Okay. Sammy Davis Jr. converted to Judaism.
Yeah, he did.
There are a number of people. Judaism is a religion, and I'm not going to say that it is ethnic culture because they consider that, and I believe it's discrimination. People have every right to define themselves however they please.
Yeah.
But black people are Semitic people. Arab people are Semitic people. And Egyptians are Semitic people because if you are a descendant of Abraham, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, you are a Semitic person. Judaism is a religion that anyone can convert to. Now, Hebrews were original people.
Oh, man, I think we finally they cut her off. I think
I'm not.
Oh, there you go.
So all I'm saying is that just like right now, they're trying to kick out the Hebrews from Israel now. I kicked them out, And remember, I don't remember when they airlift the Ethiopians.
I remember that.
The Ethiopian Jews are the original Hebrews of the Bible. And this is not being Judaism is a religion that anyone can convert to.
You know, it's interesting. I think the Ethiopians have the only Bible they have the last Bible that's not edited, right? With all the books in it.
They have the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, I've heard that. Hey, we got to run it because your phone's just it's getting annoying. I don't know. Listen, I shout out to Kyrie Irving for handling that press conference very well. I felt that they did try to bully him, though. Absolutely. Like they tried to bully Kanye West. Although Kanye, he just left himself open. He was trying to fight a fight. He was trying to fight a fight that he was winging. He's trying to wing a fight, I guess that's what it is, when he just wasn't armed with enough information to sit there and articulate exactly what his position is. Yeah. And then you're hanging around Candace Owens, which is another issue in itself, to where it's like, what's really going on here? And then you complain George Floyd and a whole bunch of other stuff. All right, listen, we're almost getting close to wrapping these up. More of this conversation when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
You have the right to remain silent, but don't. Let them hear you on KBLA Talk 1580.
California college students, are you ready to earn cash for community? And I can tell you how, thanks to CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. This is your K-Black Minute News. The first hashtag Californians for All College Corps Fellows will begin during the 2022-2023 academic year. Students can receive up to $10,000 for completing a year of community service. College Corps is a statewide paid service program that provides meaningful work to college students that helps them graduate on time with less debt while benefiting the local community. According to Governor Newsom, College Corps is about restoring the social contract between the government and its citizens. This public investment builds upon California Volunteers' army of service members. Over the next 4 years, College Corps will engage 13,000 California undergrads. Find out more at californiavolunteers.ca.gov.
Extra, read all about it, read all about it, read all about it.
In recent editions of the Los Angeles Standard newspaper, read about HBCU's impact in Los Angeles. The Screening Room LA meeting at the Gathering Spot in West Adams, giving black filmmakers a place to showcase their work. The codenamed Crenshaw Boulevard, Malcolm X Boulevard. Hotville Chicken brings Nashville hot chicken to the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Block. The Engineer Factory, preparing black children for STEM majors and homelessness and housing crisis as she runs for Congress. Shauna Charles' career in public relations, local black hiking groups, and Los Angeles Philharmonic Inglewood headquarters hosting free music classes for local children. Read about these stories at LAStandardNewspaper.com and follow this black-owned publication on Facebook and Instagram.
Have you heard it?
Hey Los Angeles, this is Urban Magic Johnson. Today our city faces a crisis of violence, homelessness, and soaring rents. And nobody is better equipped to tackle that crisis than my friend Karen Bass. Karen worked in the emergency room, taking care of crime victims, making decisions that were a matter of life and death. She served as Assembly Speaker during the financial meltdown, doing the difficult work needed to rescue our state budget and protect the programs people rely on. As our next mayor, Karen would do what she's always done. When there's no room for error, she'll lead with her smarts and lead with her heart. On November 8th, please join me in supporting Karen Bass for mayor.
Paid for by Karen Bass for Mayor 2022. At ethics.lacity.org.
Ride the K, Metro's newest rail line. 7 shiny new K-Line stations connect you to the E-Line, West Adams, the Crenshaw District, Baldwin Hills, Leimert Park, Inglewood, Westchester, and more. Learn more about the new K-Line and all the places you can go at metro.net/K-Line. KBLA Talk 1580 is the official station of the K-Line.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: dedication, determination, and discipline.
Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192 or visit diversitycertification.org. As the #1 organization for certified diversity professionals and also certified diversity executive credentials, diversitycertification.org will provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate dedication to the field, determination to make progress, and more discipline to your process. Go today and learn more about the diversity certification system. Call 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or go to diversitycertification.org. That's diversitycertification.org. The standard of excellence, equity, diversity.
Our Weekly Los Angeles is the largest audited black newspaper in the state of California with a distribution of 2,000 copies weekly. Pick up a copy every Thursday to get the latest news on African American communities of LA. You can also keep up with what's going on in Los Angeles and surrounding cities by going to www.ourweekly.com. The Our Weekly website is updated daily with the current news about us and for us. For your advertising needs, Our Weekly offers economical advertising packages to fit your budget. Feel free to call Our Weekly Los Angeles at 323-905-1300 or visit the website at www.ourweekly.com. Our Weekly Los Angeles, reporting news that matters to you.
Find a righteous rage, and don't be afraid to say what you see. For KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, we talked about a lot today. I just feel like Krista's been telling me to die all day long. It's very interesting just looking at you. Are you really trying to tell me something?
No, but it feels good to wear a mask. I realize I'm going to go buy a bunch of masks. I love them.
Oh my gosh.
I really like masks.
But not this kind of mask you have to wear for COVID?
Yeah, no, like a full-fledged mask. I had to go and pick up medicine for my daughter, and the looks I got with the mask, because I was like, I'm going to go in because I don't have my other mask, and she still made me put on a mask to go pick up the medicine. But the looks I got were really interesting. I liked it. I loved it, actually. I didn't like it. I loved it. It gave me a high.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Okay.
She's wearing this every day to work now, Don.
Every day.
Every day is Halloween.
And then she brings a hammer to work at the same time, too.
Yeah, every day is Halloween.
That's funny that you say that. That's one of my favorite songs. Did you know there's a song called Every Day is Halloween?
No.
It's by Ministry, one of my favorite songs.
Oh, no.
That's true.
I don't even know what to say.
And happy Halloween to everybody. I love Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
There was a story that came out that said more kids are hit by cars during Halloween, so be careful if your kids are out there trick or treating. You want to make sure they're out there trick or treating safe and not out there hurting themselves. So.
Do you guys get trick or treaters? Because I don't get them.
Oh yeah, my gated community has a whole.
Really?
I live in a gated community. Yes, it should be popping right now.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Fancy gated
community. My husband is very anti anything. Can I hand out candy? No.
Wait, what? What happens when you're going to turn the lights out?
I don't. Now, he is a Scrooge. I tell him all the time. I told him months in advance. I said, so listen here, mister. This is our first Christmas together.
Hey, you're supposed to open the
door. As a married couple, we are going to have a Christmas tree. So he's trying to convince me to get a Christmas tree that's not, you can't smell, a fake Christmas tree. And I said, those trees cost $300. The good ones.
Yeah, it's true. They're very expensive.
They're very expensive. Yeah. I said, I just want to pay $50 for a real Christmas tree in the house and let me decorate it and we have Christmas.
A lot of rules in your household.
And he told me, he said, I'm going to get the tree. I said, you're going to bring me a Charlie Brown tree. I don't want it.
Hey, what's a Charlie Brown tree?
You have to see a little. It's a little.
It is.
It's only about this high and it's barely has branches. I say, no, you're gonna bring me a tree. He's gonna be like, be happy with that.
Come on, husband Blake, don't be a Scrooge this holiday season.
He doesn't even know.
Open the door, go get some candy, let them ring the doorbell. Don't turn the light off. It's kids.
I love the kids.
Did he not go trick or treating when he was younger?
I don't know. I have to ask him.
Yeah, it was fun back in the day to go dress up and trick or treat and candy.
That was a thing in his house. Everybody's raised different.
Get a sugar high. All right. All right, the voice of reason on his way in. It is a caller-driven show. Yeah. What will he talk about tonight? Well, let's see. Tonight's hot topic alert: self-mentorship. You're always the common denominator. A deeper look at how you could be the best teacher coach you could ever have. Ooh. Our chief want in life is somebody who will make us do what we can. Ralph Waldo Emerson. We got to examine life is not worth living. Socrates. Now here's the question for you tonight: what is self-coaching? What is self-coaching? What is currently impossible for you to do that if it were possible would change everything? That's a great question to ask yourself. What is currently impossible for you to do that if it were possible would change everything? I don't know. And what does it mean for you to be your own mentor? I think that's a great thing to do, to sit down and write down everything that you think that you can improve in your life, and find out a way to fix it and to walk into a better you. And do you agree or disagree? Your relationship with yourself is more important than the one you share with your significant other. Yeah. I think the relationship with yourself is more important than your significant other, because if you can make yourself better, then you'll be better for your significant other by default. Wow. So what did he come up with this? I don't even know. Like, Zoe has some weird, I don't know. Well, he says he reads a lot. I probably would see. I would probably notice this if I read a lot too, but I don't. All right,
you call him weird. Don't call him weird.
I didn't call him weird. With Don Amiche versus everybody, with Krista and